this video, I will share with you the following topics. 1. Things you cannot do in Dubai. 2. Unbelievable things you'll only see in Dubai. 3. Dubai, expectation versus reality. 4. Why Dubai should be on your travel bucket list. 5. Why there are more men than women in Dubai. 6. What is Dubai's economy based on? 7. Is it safe to visit Dubai? 8. Are there terrorists in Dubai? 9. Why Muslims do not own dogs. 10. What happens if you swear in Dubai? The United Arab Emirates (UAE) is the third richest country in the world, below Luxembourg at number 2 and Qatar at number 1, with a GDP per capita of $57,744. The bulk of its money comes from the production of goods and provision of services related to petroleum, petrochemicals, aluminium and cement. Dubai is a city and emirate in the United Arab Emirates known for luxury shopping, ultra-modern architecture, and a lively nightlife scene. Burj Khalifa, an 830-meter-tall tower, dominates the skyscraper-filled skyline. At its foot lies Dubai Fountain, with jets and lights choreographed to music. On artificial islands just offshore is Atlantis, the Palm, a resort with water and marine animal parks.
Why go to Dubai? Dubai and Las Vegas have a lot in common. Both cities share a love for the fantastical, with skylines that shine like beacons against barren desert backdrops. People from all over the world flock to these shimmering oases with the same goal: to play hard. But as a vacation spot, Dubai easily trumps all Sin City thanks to its gorgeous cream-colored Persian Gulf shoreline, international culinary scene, and larger-than-life attractions. And the city's still growing. Plans are underway for something bigger and better. At one point, it was estimated that a quarter of the world's construction cranes could be found here. If that's any sign, even the sky may not be able to limit Dubai's growth. Dubai is a city of superlatives, home to the world's tallest tower, one of the world's largest shopping malls, and one of the world's largest man-made marinas. But on a smaller scale, this emirate is still tied to its days as a modest port town. Traditional wooden arbors, boats, float past motorboats on Dubai Creek. The natural sands of Jumeirah public beach fringe the carefully sculpted Palm Islands, and the bustling gold and spice souks, marketplaces, thrive amid the larger-than-life Dubai Mall. Despite constantly looking to the future, this city isn't quick to let go of its past. It's this dynamic that not only put Dubai on the tourist map, but will also keep it there.
Is Dubai a city or a country? Dubai is an emirate of the country called the United Arab Emirates (UAE). Dubai is also a large city. The city is broken down to many smaller suburbs or neighborhoods, but there is no one defining a city center. Most of the population sprawls along the coast. What continent is Dubai in? The Arabian Peninsula is part of Asia. Most of the Middle East falls in the continent of Asia, with the exceptions of Egypt, Africa, Turkey, partly Europe, and Cyprus. Are there more men than women in Dubai? Yes, due to the large expatriate population, there is a large skew towards males, believed to be as much as 75% male and 25% female ratio. A lot of this comes from construction and service workers from Asia, predominantly Indians, who are believed to make up 51% of the population at present.
Is everyone in Dubai Muslim? No. Whilst the country is an Islamic state, and Emirati people are Muslim, they make up a small percentage of the total population of the country. The vast majority of the population, over 85%, are expatriate workers who come in over 100 different nationalities and religions. Whilst the majority of the population, including expats, are Muslim, and you are expected to observe Islamic law, you will just as readily find Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Jews all working side by side in Dubai and the UAE. Multiculturalism, tolerance, and acceptance of others are among the most important things to understand about Dubai. Does Dubai produce oil? Despite misconceptions, oil is not a large commodity for the Emirate of Dubai. Oil was discovered in Dubai in 1966, but reserves are not extensive. It is believed oil production makes up less than 5% of Dubai's GDP. The vast majority oil reserves of the UAE are almost all in Abu Dhabi Emirate. The UAE as a whole is estimated to have the 7th highest proven oil reserves in the world.
What is Dubai's economy based on? Since around 1833, Dubai has been a trading port. Dubai's economy today relies on trade, tourism, aviation, real estate, and a growing financial services sector. A lot of international companies have their Middle East headquarters in Dubai, and Jebel Ali Port is the largest marine terminal in the Middle East. Dubai is far better known as a business center than an oil producer. Can you drink alcohol in Dubai? Yes. Despite being a Muslim country, due to the size of the expat and tourist population of the city, there are many ways that alcohol can be drunk legally. Most hotels, though not all, have licenses which permit them to serve alcohol to tourists and non-Muslim residents. Keep your drinking where it's allowed and in moderation. Do I need to learn any Arabic to visit Dubai? No. You may be surprised to hear this, but as a visitor, no, you will not need to know any Arabic, but you will need to be well versed in English. Although Arabic is the national language, with the volume of overseas visitors the city receives, English is used everywhere. Signage to menus, it will all be stated in both Arabic and English. Shop staff almost certainly will be of varying nationalities other than Emirati, so will address you in English. Do women need to be covered in Dubai? No. You will see most Muslim ladies will prefer to wear the hijab, and most Emirati women dress entirely in black with a black shala covering their heads. Some, though not many, will wear the full niqab covering their face as well. This is not required of all women by law, and is largely a personal choice, led by religion, but also fashion. Non-Muslim women are by no means asked to comply with the head covering, but tourists and expat residents should expect to dress conservatively. By this, we mean cover your shoulders and knees when in public, and avoid clingy and revealing clothes. Within the grounds of a hotel resort, different rules apply. When is the weekend in Dubai? Unlike most of the Western world that have Eid weekend on Saturday and Sunday, most office workers, government organizations and schools have their weekend on Friday and Saturday, with some winding things up early on Thursday afternoon. Many private sector firms, service businesses, and construction firms' employees only get Friday off. Friday is very much the holy day of the week, with midday prayers observed. Thursday night through to Saturday night is a busy time of the week at popular attractions and shopping areas, often until quite late at night.
Is it safe to visit Dubai? Dubai actually has a really low crime rate. Violent crime is rare. You may get some petty theft and bag snatching in crowded areas, but besides this, Dubai is safe to travel to. There's also a threat of conflict, due to its position on the Arabian Peninsula, and just how near Dubai is to the Middle East and Yemen. What is banned in Dubai? Smoking e-cigarettes and vaping. Smoking is forbidden in government areas, offices, and shopping malls. There are, however, many designated areas where smoking is allowed. E-cigarettes and vaping are banned in Dubai and the UAE. You may well find your devices are confiscated at the airport upon arriving in Dubai. The Dubai Mall. At over 12 million square feet, equivalent to more than 50 soccer fields, the Dubai Mall is the largest shopping mall in the world based on total area. It also boasts the largest indoor aquarium in the world, and it's the gateway to the Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. The Dubai Mall offers an unparalleled retail variety combined with world-class dining, entertainment, and leisure attractions. The Fashion Avenue, the precinct dedicated to over 150 new luxury shopping and dining experiences, positions the Dubai Mall as the fashion capital for the Middle East.
Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is the tallest tower in the world, and it's one of the top attractions to visit in Dubai. At over 828 meters at 2,716.5 feet, and more than 160 stories, Burj Khalifa holds the following records. Tallest building in the world. Tallest freestanding structure in the world. Highest number of stories in the world. Highest occupied floor in the world. Highest outdoor observation deck in the world. Elevator with the longest travel distance in the world. Tallest service elevator in the world. The Dubai Fountain. Choreographed to music, the Dubai Fountain shoots water as high as 500 feet, that's as high as a 50-story building. Designed by creators of the Fountains of Bellagio in Vegas, Dubai Fountain performances occur daily on the 30-acre Burj Khalifa lake. The Dubai Fountain is appreciably larger than that of the Fountains of Bellagio, and is by any measure the largest choreographed fountain in the world. Skyview Bar. It was expensive but worth it. The views from this bar are extraordinary. With a minimum spend of $100 for cocktails, and afternoon tea running at $160, and $196 for window seating. The minimum age is 21, booking ahead is essential and prepayment is required. Abu Dhabi City Tour. An excellent choice for first-time visitors, this tour offers a good overview of Abu Dhabi. With a local guide, visit highlights of the UAE's capital city including Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, the Corniche, and Casa Al Watan Palace. Abayas or long dresses with scarves are provided for women to enter the mosque. Or start your Abu Dhabi sightseeing adventure with a big bus tour. You will capture the best views of Abu Dhabi landmarks from the open-top sightseeing buses. You'll enjoy fantastic views of Abu Dhabi's landmarks and attractions as our entertaining commentary reveals engaging facts and stories. Admire the distinguished beauty of the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. Make tracks at Yas Island's Ferrari World. Or take in stunning views from Marina Mall's Sky Tower.
What you cannot do in Dubai. 15 things not to do in Dubai. Do not use your left hand to greet anyone. Do not indulge in PDA. Do not dress inappropriately. Do not cuss in public. Do not take photographs without permission. Do not carry all your medicines. Do not eat in public during Ramadan. Do not make rude hand gestures while driving. Do not bring prohibited items. Do not disrespect the royal family in public. Do not miss visiting the popular tourist spots. Do not stay together in a hotel if you're unmarried. Do not cross-dress. Do not drink in public. Do not dance in public. Are you considering a trip to Dubai, but have no idea how much it costs? Is Dubai expensive to visit? How much money do you actually need for a trip to Dubai? Dubai is indeed not cheap, but as everywhere in the world it also depends on the choices you make. The biggest expense is, of course, the flight and the hotel, followed by some activities and excursions. Transport and food prices are comparable to those in Western Europe. Based on the spending habits of previous travelers, when dining out, an average meal in Dubai should cost around $18 per person. Breakfast prices are usually a little cheaper than lunch or dinner. The price of food in sit-down restaurants in Dubai is often higher than fast food prices or street food prices.
Can you hug in Dubai airport? Hugging is fine and a kiss on the cheek is okay, but anything more that you could get away with would only depend on what the people around you will tolerate. If you have another flight to catch, it's not worth risking missing that flight. getting arrested or detained just for the sake of hugging and kissing. Can you own a house in Dubai? In Dubai, foreign ownership is permitted in areas designated as freehold. Foreigners who don't live in the UAE and expatriate residents may acquire freehold ownership rights over property without restriction, usufruct rights, or leasehold rights for up to 99 years. There is no age limit to own property in Dubai. Is Dubai safe for Americans? Generally speaking, Dubai is safe to visit. Person-on-person crime isn't much of a concern to travelers here, due to the fact that Dubai is a heavily monitored city. Petty crime is more of a concern, especially pickpocketing, scams, and sexual harassment, though weapons are almost never involved. Is anyone poor in Dubai? The UAE is one of the top 10 richest countries in the world, and yet a large percentage of the population lives in poverty, an estimated 19.5%. Poverty in the UAE can be seen in the labor conditions of the working class. Migrants come to Dubai looking for work and send remittances back to their families. What happens if you swear in Dubai? Swearing in public is completely prohibited in the UAE, with the use of the F-word being a crime, as it disgraces the honor or the modesty of a person, according to Article 373 of the UAE Penal Code. Swearing is punishable by up to a year in prison and a fine as high as 10,000 dirhams at £2,157. Are there terrorists in Dubai? Although terrorist attacks are rare, the UAE has been listed as a place used by investors to raise funds to support militants in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and the financing of September 11 attacks. Businesses based in the UAE have been implicated in the funding of the Taliban and the Haqqani network. Is there slums in Dubai? Most of Dubai is infiltrated with slums located next to the world's tallest skyscrapers. Most are immigrants from South Asia who are often exploited, and who live in isolated dormitory communities. They mostly live in slums in horrible conditions and sleep 2 to 10 in bunk houses. What is the poorest Arab country? Yemen. Yemen has been embroiled in conflict since early 2015. The poorest country in the Middle East and North Africa, MENA, before the conflict escalated. Now, according to the UN, it is suffering the worst humanitarian crisis in the world. Does Dubai have homeless? There are very few homeless people living in Dubai. The reason there are so few homeless people in Dubai is because the local law does not permit homeless people to continue living in Dubai, provided they are NI nationals. It may sound strange, or even cruel, but it's the hard truth. Can Muslims own dogs? Restriction of dogs in the home is based on the Hadith, which says, "Angels do not enter a house which has a dog or picture in it." This is accepted by the majority of Muslims to bar owning a dog as an indoor pet, but it does not rule out owning dogs for protection or hunting. Why is pig not allowed in Islam? The main reason pork is forbidden for Muslims is because it says in the Holy Quran that some food is allowed, while others are explicitly declared haram, which means forbidden. And pork is one of those forbidden foods. 7 delicious food you have to try in Dubai. 1. Stuffed camel. Besides being named by the Guinness World Book of Records as one of the largest foods you can eat in the entire world, stuffed camel is considered one of the most luxurious and celebratory foods in Dubai. Stuffed camel is still considered a traditional food in Dubai, but because it is so over the top, stuffed camel is served only when there is a special occasion, festival, Bedouin ceremony, or other important cultural or family event.
2. Shawarma. This popular dish has traveled far beyond the UAE. Made from slow-roasted and spiced meat, usually chicken or lamb, a shawarma is a kind of Middle Eastern sandwich. Served in an Arabic roti, it can be served with vegetables, fries, tomatoes, pickles, garlic sauce. The sides seem almost endless. It can be found in New York City, Delhi, Moscow, Tokyo, pretty much everywhere. But eating shawarma in Dubai is an experience that should not be missed. 3. Al-Hairs. This dish is a labor of love that literally takes hours to make, but its ingredients are remarkably simple. A pinch of salt is added to a pot of wheat and meat, and these are cooked until the texture is smooth and uniform, so much so that you can barely tell the meat from the grain. Then, the whole mixture is baked slowly for several more hours. In the land of decadent spices, al-Hairs is a simple dish that brings a surprising and welcome change for your palate. 4. Mehalabia. A refreshing pudding, Mehalabia's most standout flavors come from rose water and pistachios. It tastes like an oasis in a desert, healthy, life-giving, and peaceful. Perfect for the diner who wants a refreshing after-dinner treat that isn't too sweet. Mehalabia is especially popular with children.
5. Gouzi. Also called kuzi or uzi, this dish is made from whole roasted lamb or mutton, and is often served on kebab skewers with vegetables and hazelnuts over rice. It is easily one of the most popular dishes in Dubai because it is considered a whole meal in itself. It's also the national dish of the United Arab Emirates, which means any trip to the area without gouzi is an incomplete one. 6. Matchbus. Yet another lamb recipe, matchbus is made from a lamb spiced with what is known as lumi. Lumi is made from dried, ripe limes and salt water. The lamb is then cooked into a stew with tomatoes and rice. A traditional dish of Dubai, matchbus has a flavor that is unique, sharp, spicy, and rich. Cloves, cardamom, cassia bark, turmeric, and baharat are also used to flavor this dish, which gives it an impressive and satisfying depth of flavors. 7. Esh Hazaria. A dessert in a class by itself, Esh Hazaria is called the bread of the harem. Its texture resembles cheesecake, and it has a cream frosting. Rich and sweet, this cake almost melts in your mouth. It's no wonder it's one of the most popular desserts in all of Dubai.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel.